Hi everyone, we're really excited to be sharing with you the vision for Freedom Church and explaining what we have on our hearts. So we will be going through a couple of documents that we have. We're going to be looking at the Freedom Church Vision 2024 and reading through that. We'll be looking at a couple of graphs on that. And then we're going to the second document, which is the houses structure document. We'll look at a couple of graphs on that and be reading through what are houses and houses quick facts.
Hi, so the Freedom Church Vision. We want to encourage people of all ages to know God intimately and experience his presence, to ignite passion in their hearts for Jesus and his church, to be witnesses of his love to the lost, and to inspire believers to pursue active involvement in the life of the church. So this involves some key goals: growing our love and passion for God, being led by and developing a deeper dependency on his Spirit, maturing in Christ as his disciples to our community and the nation, the Great Commission. And finally, protecting the church family unit and supporting connection and unity with churches across the region and New Zealand.
Whole church connections. Sunday services. Sunday service is the hub of Freedom Church, where the wider church family can gather together in God's love to worship him. It's a place to foster the spirit of unity and make connections across Freedom Church community. Services will encourage connection with God through prayer, worship, monthly communion, and the message. Connect groups.
Connect groups are smaller groups of people that gather together regularly. Members may come from any house across the wider church family and are supported by the oversight team. Any official Connect group that begins within a house becomes a part of the wider network of Freedom Church Connect groups, and their leaders become part of the leadership team supported by church oversight.
Ministry teams. Ministry teams exist to support the overall functioning of Sunday services. Freedom Church members are encouraged to contribute in some way to the life of the church, although this is not a requirement. Becoming a member of one or two or more of our ministry teams is an enjoyable way to serve the church family and hugely beneficial to the smooth running of the Sunday service.
Awesome. So the first graph we're looking at is a diagram. The houses 4 pillars, and houses are the aim of this is for connection, pastoral care, and discipleship. So within Freedom Church, we'll have 4 houses. The significance of the house names we have are all moves of God. So our heart is that we want to see the move of God in our communities. And so we believe it's a prophetic act to be naming our houses after moves of God. So we have Azusa Street, Waihi Wave, Welsh Revival, and Toronto Blessing. So the desired outcome, as I said, is connection, pastoral care, and discipleship. If we move down to diagram 2, we have the church oversight team, the house leader, and pastoral care and creative teams. So the leadership support structure of the houses, members can belong to a house without being involved in the pastoral care and creative teams. So we have the house leader who will overall look after the pastoral care and creative teams and communicate across the whole house. And then the church oversight will support the house leader and the pastoral care and creative teams. Everyone's working together within those houses.
So this diagram shows us exactly what Nairi has just explained. It starts over there on the left with the Freedom Church Oversight Team, and we oversee the whole structure. Now the 4 houses are listed there, and each house has a leader. So Isuzu House has a leader, or Isuzu Street House has a leader. The Waihi Wave, the Welsh Revival, and the Toronto Blessing, they all have leaders. Right at that beginning, the leader feeds into the creative team and the pastoral team. The creative team is tasked with outreach and events, and the pastoral team is about supporting the people. So an outreach might be a gathering of youth for a particular purpose, but youth that includes community youth as well. In some way, or there could be an event. The creative team are free to come up with as many ideas into this as they wish. The pastoral team is there for the people, and so we're catering and looking after for those who within the church might be ill, and we could provide food for them. There could be someone or a group of people who simply need to be listened to and then prayed with. Pastoral team is all about caring for the people, and each house will have both a creative team and a pastoral team. So there's quite a supportive system here with interlocking into this whole particular graph. So with the creative and pastoral teams in each house, there will be a leader, and that is who those teams consult with and decide upon how they're going to function or how they're going to meet the needs. Those leaders, for the creative team, Nairi will support the leaders, and for the pastoral team, I will support them. And all leaders will be supported by the oversight team of
Connection. The second diagram on this sheet has got geographical house areas. There's been talk about that. The area of Waihi Paeroa will be the Toronto Blessing. Waihi Wave will be Waihi Beach and Bowentown, and Azusa Street will be in between Athenry and Waihi, Cadicat and Waihi, and Welsh Revival will be Cadicat and the surrounding areas. These groups are there to be a connection for members, so they can connect with people in their own area. So that's the first point, is that just for ease of connection. The other one is for an opportunity to support local initiatives, outreaches, and to be able to get out into the community. And another one is that we'd like to support other churches. So when we see the church grow, we'd like to see all the churches grow, not just ours. So those are the 3 areas that the houses will be promoting and looking after and recording.
Okay, so what are houses? A house is a community of people within the Freedom Church family who live life together. Through their own communication network, connection and a sense of belonging are established. Each house will have an elected leader, pastoral care team, and creative team. Houses will have the ability to mobilise themselves in order to support each other and their community. Creative teams enable each house to plan get-togethers, events, and outreach into the community with additional support from the senior minister, that is me, as required. Throughout the year, opportunities will also be given to each house to participate in the Sunday service, e.g. leading communion, worship, preaching, planning a church lunch, or their own creative contribution. A holistic approach to supporting people will see the pastoral care team maintain connection with house members and report any physical, emotional, or spiritual needs of the people to the pastoral care coordinator. Our vision is that houses will help support future church growth, be a way to disciple new Christians to the faith, and enable the people to have a voice and participate in their communities and the life of the church in new faith-building ways.
Houses quick facts. Houses don't replace existing friendships, existing connect groups, existing ministry teams, the Sunday service, or any wider church family connections.
Geographical location areas for each house are indicative only. Church members are free to belong to a house outside of their area or to opt out of houses.
Collaboration across houses for outreach, get-togethers and special events will create opportunities for inter-house connection as well.
Houses are intended as a vehicle for the people to connect, grow and create, and not the people for the vehicle, as in the people serving the vehicle.
House leaders, pastoral and creative teams will receive comprehensive support from a church oversight team. The next portion of what we're going to do is we've compiled a section of several questions, and we're going to do like a question and answer panel. So Mari and I get to ask Nairi the tricky questions. So Nairi, will people be pressured into joining a house?
No, people are free to opt out, and anyone who doesn't belong to a house will not be made to feel guilty or inferior in any way.
Thanks.
Very good. So, Nairi, do houses change the overall structure of the Sunday service, connect groups and ministry teams?
No, these will all remain the same. 2 points to note are that the occasional house participation in the Sunday service may change the service slightly. B, if appropriate small groups of people meeting within houses may become official Freedom Church Connect groups, and a leader appointed who will attend the monthly leaders meetings.
Nairi, can I belong to a house without being actively involved?
Yes, members are free to enjoy the benefits of the pastoral care and support that houses bring without necessarily being involved in house events, outreach and get-togethers.
So, Nairi, how do members of a house communicate with each other?
This will depend on each house, but options may include email, text, phone calls, online social chat groups, Zoom or team meetings, or in person.
Oh. And Nairi, how often should members in a house meet together then?
So each house will be free to gather as little or often in order to meet their own needs.
So, can I belong to a house in a different location?
Yes, geographical locations are flexible. Church members are able to belong to a house which better represents their culture.
Nairi, what happens if I shift to a different house area?
So members have the option to remain in their current house or change houses when moving to another location.
Nairi, how do I become a house leader and what is involved in leading?
So house leaders may be voted in during the first official house meeting or soon after. House leaders will keep in contact with creative and pastoral teams and maintain communication across the house. Leaders will attend Freedom Church leaders meetings for support and encouragement.
So Nairi, how do their creative teams and pastoral care teams function?
Each house will be able to operate these teams in a way that best serves their house members and the community they live in. The creative team will have support from myself to organise larger events or outreach into the community. This can be through the leaders, plus any involvement in the Sunday service when this opportunity is given. Financial support for outreach may be considered by the church oversight team. The pastoral care team will maintain communication with the members of each house to ascertain any needs. Pastoral care team will report any needs to the leader and to Mari, who will then coordinate an appropriate response to support the physical, emotional, and spiritual needs of each house, and wider support from the church oversight team when that is required.
Okay, so Nairi, what is involved with house participation in Sunday services?
So the creative team within each house will be invited to brainstorm ideas and plan a part of the Sunday service, e.g. like communion, worship, message, church lunch, additional creative ideas, such as a drama, dance, quiz, Christmas or Easter special events, anything really that they want. Creative teams are the creative engine of each house and may invite house members to help implement their ideas for Sunday service participation. Occasional house participation in the Sunday service will be invitational only and not a requirement. We believe that all God's people come with their own unique gifts and talents, and therefore we encourage members to develop these and grow their faith through the many opportunities that houses present.